Hatutakuona watoto wetu kifutwa kazi, sisi tukiwa wajumbe kutoka magharibi, tuone tu tukinyamaza, hatutanyamaza. Na kama azimio, tutaenda mundu humundu. Kuja kwa amani, kwa sababu tunahitaji amani, na tulikuwa tumekubaliana siku ya leo kwamba sisi tumehuzunishwa sana na kitendo cha mwenyekiti wa tume cha IEBC, kwa sababu ile ambayo inafanyika katika IEBC sio ambayo inafanyika kwa Wakenya vizuri. Hawa IEBC ni watu wameandikwa na pesa za wananchi, na sisi kama wale pia tunakata ushuru kusaidia tume. Tunahuzunishwa kuona kwamba kuna wale wanatolewa bila haki yao na ni wafanyikazi wa IEBC. Madam Kulundu anatoka Western. Madam Kulundu ni mtoto wetu na msana wetu, na sisi tunatoka mkoa wa Magharibi. Hatutakubali kuona ya kwamba mtu kutoka Magharibi anatolewa kazi kiolela olela. Nadhani tumekuja hapa kwa maandamano ya amani, hatutaki fujo, tunauliza tu haki yetu kuona kwamba Kenya inaenda vile nitakana ikue. Na sisi tunasema kama wajumbe ya kwamba IEBC wanajua vile walitufanyia wakati uchaguzi, hatutaki kuongea kwa hayo maneno. Sisi tunasema tu haki ya wafanyikazi wa IEBC iangaliwe. Hatungekubali kuona kwamba kuna mtu leo anatolewa kazi, anapewa barua aende nyumbani na amehudumia tume kama Madam Kulundu. Kulundu amekuwa aro hapa Nairobi, amekuwa aro Siaya, akaonekana ni mfanyikazi mzuri, akapewa promotion kukua kwa commission. Kwa hivyo tunaomba Chebukati na timu yake wawache hizo carteling wanafanya ndani ya hiyo ofisi. Na tutakuja hapa kila siku kuona kwamba haki za Madam Kulundu zimeonekana, na pia vile vile arudishiwe kazi yake na endelee na kuhudumu kwa hiyo kazi. So sisi kama watu wa Western na mkoa wa Magharibi tumehuzunishwa, hatutakuona watoto wetu kifutwa kazi, sisi tukiwa wajumbe kutoka magharibi, tuone tu tukinyamaza, hatutanyamaza. Na kama azimio, tutaenda mundu humundu.
Amos is the local member of parliament. We have put a position on the staff in IEBC who were brave enough not to accept the thieving ways of the commissioners. People who stood strong against what happened in Bomas. We know, and I can tell you as a lawyer, that employees have ways in which they are dealt with in their human resources manuals from their respective organizations. And that must be followed. But the chairman unilaterally decided to interdict Madam Kulundu, who is the deputy CEO, just like that in Mombasa, without the commission sitting down. The commission never sat down as a commission to deliberate on the issue of Ruth Kulundu. And the Secretariat Bajan cannot fire her deputy because the deputy is employed by the commission, not by Majan. And that is how things are. So I know that Madam Kulundu may be looking at her own options, legal options, but we have a mandate as members of parliament to come and question such infractions when we see them, and we call them out. So we came out this morning to call out these people. But it looks like we are still where we were in 2007. We are ready for this. We are ready for this engagement. And we will do this engagement every day on the streets, if that is what it takes to liberate the space that we have to manage our elections prudently. And so I want to call in my colleagues. I want to start with Honorable Ososi, and then Honorable Aladwa will take a bite in Swahili, and then Amos, because this is the constituency he represents, will say something, and Honorable Mwenye, who happens to be our advocate today, will tell us if we have infringed any law by being where we are. Honorable Ososi.
Members of the Fourth Estate, as it has been pointed out by my colleague Kajwang, that we are here because as members of parliament, we are mandated to address any issues of concern affecting Kenyans. And one such issue is an issue regarding our lady, Madam Ruth Kulundu, who has been interdicted, not by IEBC, because IEBC is a commission, and a commission is composed of 7 commissioners. Madam Ruth Kulundu has been interdicted, a decision that has been made unilaterally by Chebukati and Marijan. And you know the issue of unilateral decision was raised in the Supreme Court. And unfortunately, the Supreme Court did not give us sufficient direction on that. We are seeing that a number of staff, and not just Ruth Kulundu, are being intimidated by Chebukati and Marijan being assumed to have supported Azimio. And it's not just Kulundu. We know, like in the Department of Boundaries, we have information that the head of that department, Madam Caroline Manyange, has also been relegated and her duties are now being performed by her juniors. And we are saying, Mr. Chebukati, please, IEBC is a key institution in democratization of this country, and we are not going to allow you to become a dictator, dictating to your own staff. We even saw what happened in Mombasa. A whole chairman of IEBC inciting staff to heckle some of the commissioners and even Madam Kulundu. So we are here to protect the rights of a Kenyan, Madam Kulundu, and many others who are being intimidated by the actions of Chebukati and Mr. Marijan. So we will continue coming here. We are told the chairman, when he heard that we are coming, he disappeared from the office. The doors have been locked, the gates have been locked, but we will continue pressing this matter, even in Parliament or wherever, so that Madam Kulundu gets her justice. Because you cannot be intimidated, because you have been assumed to be supporting Azimio coalition. There is no evidence at all that Madam Kulundu was supporting Azimio. And we are saying that Bwana Chebukati, by now you should have gone for your leave. He has 180 days to take leave before January. What is he still doing in the office? And even starting the boundary review process, and procedurally and illegal. So that is already a scheme to start the process of rigging the 2027 election by manipulating the boundary review process. Thank you.
I'll speak in English. So basically today we are here. We have had a very peaceful demonstration. Me being the member of parliament for Starehe, I made it my duty to be present so that we can observe peace. It has been a peaceful demonstration, but we are surprised by the reaction of the police and the reaction of the office of the IEBC. We came here for a noble cause, but they've locked the doors, they've created a tensive atmosphere. We came here to try and protect the democratic space of Kenya and safeguard all these achievements that have been made to make sure Kenya is a democratic space. IEBC being an independent body in this country, I think it should be very non-partisan. It should be very clear in what it's doing in its mandate. We have the right to access information, to ask questions from the IEBC. We have the right to be told what procedures and what actions are being taken by IEBC against some of its staff. We cannot allow profiling in this country. We cannot allow people to be intimidated because of what they are purported to have been supporting. That is why we are here. We've done some peaceful protests, but we require answers. We demand answers, because at the end of the day, we need to protect the democratic space of this country for the future of our youth. You can see I'm a youth that represents the youth. We have to safeguard this space. We cannot allow it to be muzzled up, because we'll depend on it in the near future.
Ours today was just to come, talk to IEBC and the Commission regarding what happened with the Deputy CEO. And it's very simple. You know, we do have a right to come to IEBC and talk to the Commission. These gates were open in the morning. And we've been here before as members of Parliament to address this issue. There's an issue of labor laws here that's been violated. And if we allow this to keep going on, then very soon you'll see people just being dismissed without following the procedure. That is why we came here. And just to quote one of the AP in charge here, I went and talked to him personally. I told him there are members of Parliament here. This is the number, members of Parliament from Nairobi. We want to talk to Chebukati, if not Chebukati, the Commission, or the people in charge that we will find in there. And he told me that we cannot go in, that these are goons who are here, even after identifying ourselves. These are elected members who are here. He said you cannot go in go and come back on another day and seek an appointment. This is a government office. We all have a right to access the government office and even the services. There is an issue that is coming up very soon on boundary review, and we cannot have an IBC. We have a chairman that is leaving and is initiating a process that he will not oversee when it's being completed. So that's one of the main things that we are here. So we are not even even the demonstration, how the police have reacted. It's completely out of order, because nobody here has come to cause any violence. It's just this number you're seeing here that wanted to access the office. They have locked the government office. Maybe they will give you the reason why, but as far as we know, there's no law that has been broken by ourselves. They are the ones who breached their own labor laws and procedures, and that is what we are going to come and highlight for them.